Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for the monthly card readings for each sign. If you enjoy these free readings, you can show your support by donating or purchasing some of my many wares. If you can't afford to purchase anything, you can still show your support by subscribing, thumbs-upping, sharing, or take a second to click on one of the ads. Thank you in advance for your continued support, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Now on to the reading. Virgo. Hi Virgo. Thanks for joining me for the monthly readings. Free readings for everybody. The decks that I use are the Hanson-Roberts deck for the tarot, and then I'm going to pull your animal totem from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, which are my own creation. You can find out how to order that or my book at the bottom of this video. Okay, book here, Tarot in the Modern World. Sorry if that hurt your ears, that slamming into the slammer, whammer, slammer, jammer, whammer, jammer, slammer. Anyways, let's get on to this reading for November for you guys. What's going on, Virgo? My ring's falling off. That's what's going on. For me, it's distracting. Don't you hate it when a ring is too big for one finger, but it's too small for the next one? It's always like so irritating. So I remember we used to put yarn or string around it or something. I think it depends on the weather half the time. Sometimes your fingers are swelled up a little bit more, and sometimes they're not. Okay, so what's going on for Virgo in November? Oh, this one. 2015 for Virgo. Let's see here. There's a few here. We'll just take these last few right there. There we go. Okay, let's make sure we got everything on screen. I think this might have to come up a little bit. I finally did something smart. I marked the spots with tape. So I put a piece of tape here and a piece of tape there, so then I know that everything should be in screen that way. Sometimes I go through the whole reading and then things are out of frame. It's like, oh Christ, I can't believe I did that. Yeah, it's always trying to improve, you know, make it a little better each time. I got a new camera. I don't know if you can tell, but I can definitely tell. It's going to make things go a lot smoother for me. No more battery dying. You can actually plug it into the wall. My old camera, I could not. There was no way to plug it into a wall, so you had to run it off batteries all the time. So let's get to the reading. Anyhow, this is a pretty darn good reading, you guys. You know, the first card that came out was the Three of Rods. That's your ships coming in. So your ships are coming in. This is always a good thing. This is something he's waiting and watching. You know, and this isn't a big surprise. This is somebody he's waiting and watching and waiting for these ships to come in. So it's like it's arriving. There's somebody in reverse here, a Queen of Cups, and, you know, she's in a reverse and she has her back turned to this ship coming in thing. So to me it feels like, well, I say she, but if you've never seen my videos before, I don't really, on the general readings that we're doing here, I don't assign gender because it could be anybody. So that could be a man, woman, it doesn't have to be a female. I'm going to refer to them all, like I'll refer to this as she and this as he, because that's how they are on the card, but keep in mind that it could be anybody, all right? So water signs, it's saying Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, but also we're going to be in Scorpio time this month. So it just could be that. It could be Scorpio, you know, time. But anyways, the thing I get about her, again, whoever, in reverse with her back turned on the ship coming in. So to me it almost feels like she's probably a naysayer. You know, I get the feeling like you guys have a plan or an idea that you want to do, and this person over here is just like, oh, that'll never work, or, you know, or maybe they're just saying, well, I don't want to be involved in that. Maybe you're looking to this person to join up with you in a partnership or help implement this plan that you have, and she's just looking off in the other direction. She doesn't want to do it. And the Hermit's there too, so she's looking at the Hermit, like, I'm going to back away from this. You know, I'm going to back away from this. She doesn't want to be a part of it. So, no biggie. I mean, that is pretty much, well, there's this too, but the rest of the spread is so fantastic. Who cares if she doesn't want to be involved? There's going to be other people come along too. You know, sometimes the Hermit is wise counsel too. it's sometimes it's going within and trusting your own inner guidance very often, and it's like getting away from the noise and the fray and going within and finding some peaceful center to, because he's enlightened. He's not like a recluse necessarily. It's not like he's has agoraphobia or something. He just is enlightened. He chooses to be alone because he needs to find that center. There's a Merkaba. I don't know if you could see it. There's a Merkaba inside of the his lantern, and it's illuminating. It's illumination, right? He's also on top of the mountain up there, so it's like going up to the higher mind or going up to the higher realms. Listening to your higher guidance. But he can be wise counsel in a real earthly way, especially when it shows next to justice, because justice almost always is some kind of legal matter. So this could be an attorney in this case, because the wise counsel could be the wise counsel of your attorney. And that might even be this person. This person definitely is part of it. Now this is again a water sign, which is interesting. So it could be Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, but it could say that it's happening so quick, like this, in the time of Scorpio, in the water sign time, while we're still in Scorpio prior to November 22nd. So leading up to that, you could have one person say, no, I don't want to be a part of it, and then another one shows up just that fast, and does want to be a part of it. This person, though, he's going right towards justice. So it's like he may be a lawyer, he may be. But justice isn't only, if you're having a legal issue. It could be, though. For many people, this might be the case. You have a good lawyer. Maybe you got to get a different lawyer. Maybe this lawyer has a bad attitude and thinks you can't win the case. And then you get the lawyer that says, yeah, you can win this case, and you will. But justice has a lot of things to do here with. Justice will be done. If I could sum it up in one word, it would be justice will be done. So justice will be done. Whether if it's some kind of retribution and you want to pay back, or you're trying to get money out, because somebody could be getting, there definitely seems to be money around this too. So some of you may be rewarded some payout or something in a court case or settlement. That totally could be. But some of you, maybe this is some kind of job or opportunity. Contracts and legal things come into play in all sorts of walks of life and things. It's not just I'm going to court and suing somebody and I'm going to get a settlement. Many jobs, well, if you're a freelancer, this could be you're getting, your contract work even. It could be like that. You could be signing a contract for something like that. If you're looking for, sort of a regular kind of a job, it may involve contracts and legal things. Or maybe that you have to sign some kind of legal thing. Or maybe the job itself entails legal contracts and legal papers and stuff that are always being signed. Whatever it may be, it does feel like you'll have an increase in your income as a result of this. So that's all good. The ship's coming in and then world's in reverse. So this is such a good lineup here, because your ship's coming in, you're going to get what you want. This is what he's anticipating. This is what he's wanting. You're wanting this, right? But then the world in reverse says it's not only are you going to get that, it could be bigger than you even are dreaming of. Because I always feel that the world is never diminished. Just because the world is in reverse doesn't mean it's diminished. It means that it's just so magnificent still, but it would mean that maybe you don't see it for how great it really can be, okay? It's talking about this Four of Pentacles. That could go either way. I love you Virgos. I do love my Virgos. I have so many friends and people that I've been with, known forever that are Virgos. But you can be a little cheap sometimes. Or maybe cheap is the bad word. Bad description. A little tight with the money. So I'm feeling like this is saying, don't be cheap. Or I hate to say it like that, but that's really what it is. Don't hold out. I feel like if you get this money, don't just sit on hold on it, do something with it. Maybe this guy is some kind of a stockbroker or a financial advisor too. Like he might be advising you to put this money in and do something with it. It's like, don't be the miser. Don't hold so tight onto your money here. Maybe it takes money to make money. It could be one of those things. Maybe you're going to have to outlay an investment in order to see this return. That could be what it is. All right. Down here, though, we do have this Two of Cups in reverse. So there does seem to be a falling out of a relationship. Now, usually this is a romantic relationship, the Two of Cups in itself. But if you note in this reading, this doesn't seem to really be a very strong love reading. There's pentacles all over. There's justice. This is about commerce and prosperity. So it could be a falling out with a business associate, and maybe it's this person up here that we talked about in the very beginning here. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. I mean, the Four of Swords does follow, so there does seem to be like there's a healing time. You know, usually it could be a healing time of 4 weeks, 4 days, 4 months, 4 years. You know, maybe you need like 4 to get over it. Or maybe it's been 4. Maybe it's been 4 weeks, 4 years, 4 months, you know, and it's time to jump back in here. This King of Swords seems to be also like part of the new influx of energy. So there's the falling out, the healing, and then the new person shows up. Whatever it is. If it's a business relationship, if it's a romantic relationship, whatever it is. But this new person is showing up. And he is the King of Swords. So he may be an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Sometimes that King of Swords might look something like this. He might look like, he might have that salt and pepper hair. He or she, of course. But they could have that little bit of gray perhaps just coming in, just a little bit of gray. You know what's in him, that sparkle on this sword is just standing out to me. And the other thing about the air sign people is they're the ideas people. They're the communicators. They're the ones who are full of ideas and everything like that. He's going to be a good influx in your life. You know, you're journeying past then. You're going towards the Emperor and your destiny. You know, once, it's like if you listen to him, this is what it'll lead you to. You know, he may even be the Emperor. And always, not beyond just general readings, the Emperor is not just a man. I mean, in the days this card were made, men were the only ones who were ever CEOs or had any power in this world. But now women are CEOs, women are judges, women are, you know, it's the person in position of power, and it's the fair and just ruler. So it's always a good person. I know this term emperor, sometimes we don't, in modern day, it's like, oh, the emperor. Oh. You know, that kind of makes us squirm or uncomfortable. But it's not that. The emperor is just somebody who happens to be the boss or in power, and he or she is cool, you know. So there's a big turnabout here with this this thing here with the King of Swords. I mean, it could be air. I mean, maybe it's something you had in Libra, but I'm not really feeling like that because it seems like this is Scorpio and then this follows after. And we are having a full moon now that I look over here. And look, because he's right next to this card. Sometimes this card, not always, but there's a moon on it. You know, sometimes it'll tell me a full moon. So it could be. And we are having a full moon in Gemini on the 25th of November, which that is air sign time, okay? So I would say no later than around that time, things should be pretty well ironed out. And you should be well on your path to this new... new venture or new discovery, new whatever it's going to be here. It might be that this could be a relationship. I mean, some of you, maybe this is if somebody's going through divorce or separation or something like that. Could be. And then this could be a new love thing. But really it feels a lot more towards career. But I guess it could go pretty much really either way. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move over to the Animal Totem card now for you guys. Real quick, I just want to bring up again about these readings. So I've got the reading, the new reading, which is the Soul's Path Journey reading. It's pretty much like the Soul reading that I do with the mandalas. It's pretty much the same thing. I just call it the Soul's Journey video reading. The thing that it is not a predictive report, okay? So it's not anything that you can ask questions. It's not like ask questions and you get the answers. Because lately a couple people have been emailing me with questions. That's not what it is. It's your soul's journey, so therefore it encompasses a lot. It's deep. It encompasses much more than everyday earthly concerns. And this incarnation, it encompasses quite a bit of stuff, okay? So it's deep. And it's cool, it's different, people love it, you know. It really is a lot about your past lives and stuff like that, and which past lives you're drawing from and bringing to in this incarnation, you know, to fulfill your soul mission, kind of, you know. So it's pretty deep. And I've also taken these card readings off the off the site just temporarily, because I just need some time to catch up, and rather than booking out months in advance, I'm finishing up October. I have readings booked in October But there's not going to be any live consult where I call you up and we talk, like appointment readings, for a little while. I've got to get the year ahead readings going. That's going to be a new thing I'm offering. I'm catching up on these soul readings and stuff, so that's off the menu, but there are other things on there besides the Soul's Journey reading. Those astrology readings, if you're looking for predictive stuff, those year aheads, I mean, it really is. It's like it's a huge report, and it's, you know, the whole year, every single aspect to your chart and the interpretation for it. So it's a pretty, if you're looking for predictive, that might be the way to go. But if you're looking for something deeper, check out the Soul's Journey, or Soul Reading, as I call it, on the mandala, when I do it with the mandalas, okay? So what is going to be that tarot, the animal tone for this Virgo, guys, for November? I got one, squirrel. I was just telling you guys not to be cheap, and then you get the squirrel. Okay, let's read what the squirrel has to say. I'll put it up here, because I try to remember to put the image on the screen, but I noticed a couple times I forgot to do it in the editing. I want you guys to really look at this card and kind of tune in, and it was my intention when I drew these pictures that there be other stuff like to trigger you in there, the things you might see. All right, let's read it. Plentifulness, frolic and play. Planting seeds for future prosperity. This is all this stuff, yeah. Moving with balance, grace, and speed. Healing through the grounding of the earth. Well, that's true for you anyway, because you guys are earth sign, yeah. And this does talk about healing. This reading did talk about healing. And this isn't really planting seeds. The Ace of Rods is planting seeds. But this is still a 3. This is still in the beginning phases here. And it talks about you turning a corner here with that. You know, squirreling away. A lot of times people squirrel, you know, you're squirreling away your money. That's why I picked up this card. But I don't find squirrels to be that. I think when squirrels show up for me, I had this intense dream years ago that there was this giant squirrel. I knocked on the front door. I opened the door. There's this giant squirrel standing there. And he handed me a wallet full of money. And ever since then, I had squirrels. When I see a bunch of squirrels, I know I've got some cash coming in. And that, too, is totally true, it looks like, in this reading for you guys, okay? Hey, Virgos. Thank you all for liking, sharing, subscribing. Everything you do to support my channel, it really makes a difference, including donating. I really appreciate the donations. No donations too big or too small. If you want to make a small monthly donation, you know, $5 or even, you can do that through PayPal. They have afford for that too. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great November, and I'll talk to you soon.